All right, moving on, President Vladimir Putin underlined that the Russian oil is indispensable to global energy markets. Russia produces 9.5 million barrels per day, nearly 10% of the world demand. Any attempt to remove Russian oil from the market would send prices soaring.
It is impossible to imagine that with the loss of volumes of Russian oil, normal situation in the global economy and the energy sector will be kept, excluding Russian producers and Russian traders who supply a significant portion of the world's oil. If that were to happen, prices would skyrocket. Everything would go over $100 instantly.
Analysts warn that if India stopped buying Russian crude today, global oil prices could jump above 200 barrels a day. By contrast, S&P Global project prices closer to $55 to $60 a barrel by late next year, assuming that Russian supply continues to flow. India has become a key anchor in this equation. Russian crude now makes up 36% of India's imports, worth over $50 billion in 2024. Alongside China, which buys nearly half of Russia's crude exports, the two countries account for 85% of Russian shipments. Meanwhile, the EU remains the largest buyer of Russian LNG with a 51% share, and Turkey leads the refined product imports. India, however, limits its purchases strictly to crude. Criticism of India's crude policy often overlooks wider realities. Europe continues to import Russian gas and even crude through exemptions. India's purchases made below the G7 price cap and routed through international traders stay within global rules and help keep the prices stable. Well, US officials in the past have acknowledged this role, noting that India's oil buying prevented a global shock and eased inflationary pressures. Now, in effect, the absorbing discounted Russian oil, India has acted as a stabilizer in a volatile energy market.